Word on the street on this cold and dismal day in Auckland City. As New Zealand Music Month trucks along, Little Chief Records have made an announcement. They've actually signed their first ever Australian act and they're called the Icy Poles. Icy Poles, that conjures thoughts of sweet treats and sugar and artificial colouring, and judging by their description of sounding Shirelle-like, that description is fitting. Founding members of the Icy Poles originated from architecture in Helsinki, which is where Jonathan Bree, Little Chief manager, first encountered them with his band The Brunettes. Their debut, My World Was Made For You, is due out on Friday the 16th of May. Lorde has taken an ever so brief hiatus since a flurry of activity and awards ceremonies a few weeks earlier. She even had to postpone a string of Australian dates due to poor health. However, she's set to perform at the Billboard Music Awards on May the 18th, which is this Sunday. She's set to perform Tennis Court in Las Vegas. Performing also will be that Miley Cyrus, who maybe will refrain from dropping rape jokes as she did so leisurely back in London last week. Ricky Martin, Jennifer Lopez and some other lamies who I don't know the names of will be performing as well. Aaron Tokona from Ahori Buzz, and he's also a session guitarist, has gone public with the offensive revelation that Kim Dotcom took part in a racist day and referred to his American crew as my little N-words, giving them gollywogs while recording his album Good Times at Roundhead Studios in Auckland. In return for this apparently light-hearted exchange, Kim Dotcom was called an evil Nazi and people were allowed to salute him. Aaron wasn't actually there when this happened, but some other people were. Some people were okay with it, some weren't, like Aaron. This is going to be published in the newspaper, he says on his Facebook status. But since I've recently heard that Kimmy and Mikey are planning a series of gigs to try and get people to vote, well, that just did me in, really. How dare you fly here in your Learjet to my country and proceed to piss all over it with your little Dotcom penis? Tokona said he decided to talk about his experience with Dotcom after receiving an email telling him that Kim Dotcom planned to do a show to get people to vote. And he had a racist day, which is not actually a recognised day. But it could maybe be if Kim Dotcom was voted into Parliament, but that's not going to happen. And that's word on the street.